The 97-98 season was the Hammers' best since the mid-80s, and this exclusive programme is a tribute to the progress made by Harry Redknapp's exciting Upton Park entertainers.
Beautifully taken by Berkovic, that's brilliant!
From a thrilling top 8 finish in the Premiership, where leading marksman John Hartson hammered 15 of his 24 goals, to a brilliant FA Cup run that put the Irons within sight of Wembley, this is a story of a memorable campaign.
Here's trying to flag it on, it came offside, it's Steve Lomas! And the old boy has put West Ham United back in front!
The future looks impressive with homegrown talent Rio Ferdinand and Frank Lampard emerging as two of the brightest young stars in the Premiership, both earning England recognition and both playing a big role in Redknapp's revolution. Success in the transfer market added an impressive collection of new stars. They gave the Hammers strength in depth and the quality lineup that made a real impact. The season began at Oakwell against newly promoted Barnsley, where Isle Berkovic made his debut and the Hammers staged a great fight back.
Walker had a chance to get it away, went back by Dessert. This is Bullock. Skipper Neil Redfern. Reaper towards Hartson. Oh, he's in front of the goalkeeper! And John Hartson has equalised. David Watson, the keeper, came and was beaten to the punch by John Hartson. Berkovic's replacement will be young Frank Lampard. He's still got a quarter of the game in which to make an impact. Ferdinand to Reaper. Up to Hartson. Here's Kitson. Here is Lampard getting his first touch, maybe with a hand. Certainly the Barnsley fans felt so. Hughes. Lazaridis arriving outside of him. And here's Lampard. Oh, he scored! Scored within a minute of coming on. That's what you call a good substitution. Cross from Lazaridis, and Lampard just side-footed it, I'm not sure all that cleanly, into the corner of the goal.
A precious moment for Frank Lampard Jr. His first ever goal for the Hammers, ensuring a dramatic winning start to the season. New signing David Unsworth was paraded before the opening home match against Spurs, where John Hartson continued his red-hot start to the season.
Lazaridis. West Ham have made a bright start here. Hartson and Kitson waiting. It's Hartson! And West Ham take the lead. Barely 3 minutes gone. The pace of Lazaridis, as at Barnsley on Saturday, set up the opportunity. And now in 13 games together, Kitson and the goalscorer Hartson have contributed 14 goals to the West Ham cause. Lazaridis. Is that too far for Berkovic? No, it isn't. It's Isle Berkovic. It's his first goal for West Ham. And for a man who considered joining Tottenham in the summer, he seems to have no split loyalties at all, judging by the celebration. It was Lazaridis who set up the first goal for Hartson, and now he's repeated the trick for the little Israeli international, who was such a threat for Southampton last season and may well be the same for the Hammers, this. Quickly taken through to Sinton. Les Ferdinand! That gives Tottenham hope. With barely 8 minutes to go.
At Goodison Park, David Unsworth makes his debut against his former club, and the Hammers are gifted an early lead. An own goal by David Watson opens the scoring after 23 minutes. The Everton defender floored by the power of Hartson's viciously struck free kick. But the Hammers let the point slip in the second half. Gary Speed makes it all square, Ludo McCloskey well beaten by a powerful header. Then 7 minutes from time, Graham Stewart seals victory for the home side, Ferguson with the flick on, and Everton's fight back was complete. 4 days later, the Hammers bounced back at Highfield Road after the home side took a first half lead.
It'll be John Solarco to take the corner. Dublin's there, Huckabee's there, and Coventry City are in front through Darren Huckabee. Wonka. Unsworth. Hung up towards Hartson, unlucky! Kitson, yes! Paul Kitson gets the West Ham equaliser. Thunderous header from John Hartson, which the keeper knew nothing about, and nothing Williams could do on the line to keep out Kitson.
The home encounter with Wimbledon marked the end of the line for Mark Reaper, and the big defender celebrated his farewell in style after John Hartson broke the stalemate.
Ferdinand. Hartson is onside here. Run away from Jock. It's Hartson again! Ah, it's a fantastic strike by John Hartson. And West Ham take an early lead in this second half. Ian Dowie just managed to jab it back to him, and Hartson from 25 yards just beat Sullivan for pace, pure and simple. Third goal of the season for John Hartson. It's Reaper, it's two! Mark Reaper. And West Ham's dominance now being rewarded. From the free kick by El Berkovic. He just crept off his marker, who I think was supposed to be Gale, and had a relatively free header, but the delivery was important. It was spot on from Berkovic. Good leap by Reaper. Gale. Dispossessed though by Reaper. This is Lomas. Now Breaker. Berkovic is onside here. He'd run from deep. It's Ale Berkovic. It's 3-0. 2 in a minute from West Ham. Berkovic hauled down for the celebrations by a delighted Ian Dowie. Coolly taken goal in keeping with everything that the little Israeli has done this afternoon. It was Tim Breaker who just threw the ball forward. Wimbledon thought they'd caught Berkovic, but he'd come from a long way back in anticipation of that pass, and once clear, there was only ever going to be one outcome. By Perry. And Efan Okoku is onside here for Wimbledon, and he's pulled a goal back. Token resistance with 10 minutes left to play, but it's 3-1.
The Hammers arrived at Old Trafford in the top three, and in-form Hartson became the season's first Premiership player to beat Peter Schmeichel.
Scholes. Beckham. There's Roy Keane, who might have a shot. Oh! Off the crossbar! A thunderbolt from the boots of Roy Keane. West Ham are saved by the crossbar. Oh, here's Hartson. Yes! West Ham have scored with their own own crossbar still vibrating from the effort from Roy Keane. West Ham have swept upfield, and John Hartson, signed from Arsenal last season to aid their escape from relegation, has given them the lead after 13 minutes. Again, Berkovic shows his qualities, and that's into the path of Kitson. He's got Pallister out of position, but Schmeichel
day and expect to get a result. We really did create some good chances, and at 1-0, we'll never get a better chance than what we had when Paul Kitson went clean through. I mean, he's been finishing tremendous all week in training. He's a great finisher, but he got there and didn't stick it away. I think at 2-0 would have been really in the driving seat.
In the Coca-Cola Cup, the Hammers kicked off with a shock at Huddersfield, where Dyer gave the home side a shock first leg win. And there was more agony for the Hammers at home to Newcastle, where Ian Pearce made his debut against a side including John Barnes.
He's been very much at the centre of Newcastle's performance. He finds a Asprilla with a wonderful ball. Asprilla in the end looked like he fell over Pearce. He's found Barnes.
The suffering continued at Highbury against an in-form Arsenal side on top of their game.
Petit. And away goes Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp's onside here. And can he finish? He can. And here's Overmars. Still Overmars. Good effort. Goal. It's a Dutch double for Arsenal. It's Bergkamp and Overmars. Bergkamp. Overmars. Right. Penalty. Must be. Right against McCloskey. 3-0. Oh, that was super play from Vieira. Right. Bergkamp. Overmars is through. You'd bet him to score here, and he does.
After 3 straight defeats without getting on the score sheet, the Hammers hit back in style against Liverpool, with Andy Impey making a winning debut.
Flicked header by Dowie may fall for Hartson. Tangling with Babb. And now Berkovic. Rather lacking support. Hit the post. Open goal for Hartson. 1-0 to West Ham. John Hartson's 10th goal in only 21 appearances for the Hammers. And Liverpool's defending was very, very shoddy. Credit is deserved by Berkovic. And Hartson's task was simple. Lampard. Lofted forward for Dowie, that's Kvarmer. And this is Andy Impey. Fine save by David James. Came very quickly towards him. Impey must have been dreaming about a goal in his debut. Björneby. Fowler! Wonderful goal! Just the inspiration that Liverpool required. With a rocket of a volley from Robbie Fowler. Unsworth. Hartson. And Berkovic. Didn't the little Israeli strike it well? Hartson the provider. Also the failure to clear by Babb, but it's difficult to legislate for finishing like that from Isle Berkovic. West Ham back in front.
48 hours later, John Hartson celebrated his first ever hat-trick in senior football.
Berkovic going through, and no offside decision here, and Hartson has scored the goal, which brings West Ham level on aggregate. Redknapp's made him captain in the absence of Julian Dix. Here's Impey in space. Hartson's pulled away in a great position, and here he is! His second, West Ham's second, but an embarrassment, I'm afraid, for Steve Francis.
Well, not only Francis, Alan, I feel, where's the centre-halves? They're playing three centre-halves. Watch when this ball's cut back. Berkovic again gets free from his marker. Now look on the right, watch Hartson pull off. Here he comes. Now where's the centre-halves? One touch, two touch, three. Francis should have had it, but surely he's got to be closed down quicker.
Lonas in space. Hartson ahead of him. Could this be the hat-trick? There's the answer.
Well, it's quite simple. Game, set and match. Hartson ran at the defence, realised he's got Collins in front of him. Good ball from Lomas. Look at Collins here. Takes the ball. Collins has got to make his mind up. Doesn't. Hartson wrong foots him, and the finish was easy. Collins backs off him too far. He's got to make the challenge. And really, Hartson tucks it away beautifully well.
October begins with a nightmare at the Dell, where Egil Ostenstadt sends the home side on their way 2 minutes after coming on as a sub early in the second half. It had been an even contest until then, but the Saints took charge with goal number 2 from Kevin Davis. Then, with Saints' third goal in the decisive 15-minute spell, Jason Dodd completed the home win. Hammers were back to their best in the Coca-Cola Cup, where Canadian international Craig Forrest made his debut in place of Ludo Miklosko.
Reached Collymore with it, but there was excellent play there by young Rio Ferdinand. Now Berkovic. A lovely ball played with the outside of the boot. Breaker's taken it up for it. The cross needs to be a good one. It's a beautiful one! And Hartson has done it again. His 9th goal of the season, the first of the night. A brilliant move by West Ham and a fine header to finish it off. Berkovic's pass in the first place was sheer perfection. Not much wrong with that cross either from Breaker. And a fine header in off the post by John Hartson. But it was Berkovic's pass that set it up. The cross was excellent. And Bosnich was well beaten by John Hartson. He loves this competition. What a good challenge. That time by Steve Potts. Berkovic. Oh, and a lovely ball again. And a chance again for West Ham to get through. And it was Dowie that time. Hartson picks this one up. Dowie will stay with it. Berkovic, can he turn? He's knocked it back again. And it's gone in. And it's Lampard. And it's 2. The Villa defence absolutely pulled to shreds there. And Berkovic, who set up the first in so many ways, sets up the second for Lampard. But the Villa defence all over the place. And now with just 16 minutes gone, find themselves 2 goals down. Bishop again now for West Ham. Cross is aimed towards Hartson, and he gets it to Hartson! It's number 3. A rare West Ham attack in this second half. John Hartson scores his second goal of the game, the third for West Ham, and that surely will wrap it up now. Got a hat-trick, remember, in the last round. 2 important goals in this one. And although Bosnich got just a hand on it, couldn't stop it going in. And West Ham now, after all the pressure they've been under in the second half, comfortably ahead 3-0. It's Gary Charles now. There's his cross. And a good save from Collymore's header by Craig Forrest. Good cross. Nothing wrong with the header, but an excellent save.
It's not away yet though. Beardsley, not a good ball. Berkovic feeds Moncur, who's a bit further forward for a change. Turns well onto the right foot, finds Lampard. Lampard trying to get away from Pollock, and he has. In a good position here. This one for Hartson, heads down, Dowie, it's got to be, there it is, it's Berkovic! And finally, West Ham break the deadlock. Isle Berkovic on 66 minutes. Berkovic's fourth goal of the season. There he is, the Israeli international. He's thrilled. Bolton haven't given up yet. Here's this free kick coming in, curled towards the far post. Certainly looked as if Forrest was bundled over. There's a bit of trouble here. It seems the moment Ian Dowie goes in, there's a bit of a disagreement, and it's Taggart again. Oh dear. Well, that's an understatement. He's had more than a word. Out comes the red card. Jerry Taggart is off. No foul, says the referee. Berkovic. And now West Ham have 4 on 3. Berkovic, it's Lampard. They're queuing up in the centre. Dowie can't get it. Hartson! Goal number 11 for John Hartson. This man is a goal machine. His 6th FA Carling Premiership goal, his 11th of the season, and his 16th for West Ham since coming here in only his 24th game. John Hartson. Moncur. Dowie, nice touch. Rowland. Lampard screaming for it. Can Moncur find him? He's taken Pollock out. It's a good looking cross. Moncur. Johnny Hartson has done it again. And he doesn't seem to score in ones. He picks them off in twos. And that's the difference West Ham needed in the last minute.
Marshall. Claridge. Now Guppy. Heskey's onside here. He's got Lennon up in support. Great chance for Leicester. Heskey's done it. West Ham complained that the offside flag stayed down. Leicester got on with it and take the lead. Now Unsworth again uses that left foot to drill it out to the right. Will Potts get there? Yes. Into Hartson. Brilliant play by Hartson. And pull back a lovely ball and it's in. Berkovic brings West Ham level.
Absolutely top class play. It's one of the first occasions that Potts has got forward on that right hand side. He put a nice little ball into the feet of Hartson, but just look at this, for terrific play from Hartson. Superb run from Berkovic and a glorious finish. I think you have to say, Alan, it's fully deserved. It's been coming, they've been patient. Great build-up play, has been rewarded with an excellent goal from the best player, certainly in this opening hour, and that's Berkovic. He's been quite outstanding and fully deserves that goal.
And it's his 5th of the season. The other 4 had all come at Upton Park, strangely. Parker, that's a great ball. Oh, tremendous save by Forrest. Well, he was almost celebrating a goal, Steve Claridge.
Anywhere but the centre of the goal, and that would have been the winner possibly for Leicester. Great ball this from Parker. Claridge doesn't get a proper header, it's his shoulder, but it's straight at Forrest.
He's got to come out again, Forrest, and scrambles it away. Marshall tried to get it back in. Elliott's there and turned in. Marshall at the second attempt.
It's a good ball. Di Matteo. Potts is chasing back. Zola. Oh, it's in there. It's Ferdinand, Rio Ferdinand. Stuck out a knee. But this is Zola. Oh, that's magic. And West Ham, just a few minutes left. Maybe a consolation. Lamparda, the wearing a boot. Oh, he's fought back there and he's been pulled down. Myers pulled him down. Chance to increase his tally by one. Put West Ham back in the game. Oh, only just.
Samasi Abu makes his full debut against Walsall in the Coca-Cola Cup.
Ferdinand. Abu for Berkovic. Always looking for the inventive pass. Lampard. West Ham in front. 14 minutes gone. And it was impressive throughout. The build-up and the finish from Frank Lampard. Berkovic showed such awareness there to release Lampard. That was a spanking drive into the corner. Such a creative player, Berkovic. No defender there, able to close him down in time, Lampard. And the shot beyond Walker. Now it's Berkovic. Hartson calling on this near side. He's onside. Abu in the centre unmarked. Still Hartson. And that's the measure of the man. Walker left helpless to intervene. He took it so coolly. 2 goals in 2 minutes. And Walsall are reeling now. Just waited for his moment and slid it delightfully into the corner of the net. Goal number 14 for Hartson this season. Walsall maybe hoping in vain there for an offside flag. Didn't he take it well? And away! It was a free header and forced in, was it? Yes! Watson with a header. Bowley following up. And Walsall have pulled the goal back here on the stroke of half-time. This is Berkovic, knocked on for Lampard. Walsall are stretched here. Lampard going right through. It's 3-1. Frank Lampard with his second of the night. And maybe now has finally put an end to Walsall's brave fight this evening. Hartson's header, the flip on from Berkovic. He's in oceans of space here, Lampard, but still work to be done. The outfielders forced him out wide. It was a tight angle, but he squeezed it beyond the goalkeeper. 2 excellent pieces of finishing tonight from Frank Lampard. 19 years old, what a future he has before him. That's Abu. Hartson calling in the middle. It doesn't reach him though, thanks to Vivash. Here's Hartson now. Excellent control. This is going to be another one. It's that man, Lampard, yet again. That's his hat-trick. What a night he's having. Frank Lampard Jr. and no one will be prouder than Frank Lampard Sr. looking on from the sidelines. He took this beautifully. That's terrific play from Hartson. Weighing up his options. He chose the right one in Lampard. 2 goals in 2 minutes. It's 4-1. And West Ham have surely now booked their passage through to the last 8.
At Ellen Road, Frank Lampard is back on the score sheet with a goal midway through the second half. It looked like the Hammers were heading for at least a share of the points. But Leeds hit back with 3 goals in 14 minutes. Hasselbank with the equaliser. The home side took the lead when Haaland celebrated his 25th birthday 2 minutes from time. Suddenly again the Hammers had looked like winning was out of reach, and Leeds completed their late fight back in the dying seconds. Hasselbank making the final score 3-1 with his second goal of the match.
They're saying to us, we'll keep going because nobody came to block his run. Hartson now, and John Hartson for West Ham. Yes! Oh, well taken. He's so determined. He deserves everything he gets. Real persistence by the top scorer. But David Unsworth, a lot of credit here because he made the most of space. Delivered the ball with that trusty left foot. Hartson here, look on the chest. Great control. Gets past the second man and tucks it wide of Michael Oates. It's goal number 15 for the top scorer among Premiership players. They're one down here. Here's Draper. Oh, well played, York. Milosevic, York. Oh, that's brilliant. What a good move by Aston Villa. And West Ham shaken by that, but hold on. Straight away, John Hartson gets into a shooting position. Goodness me, would you believe it? It's 2-1. Well, they weren't just shaken, they were stirred. And did something about it right away. Hartson picks this up, 20 yards out, right foot shot, low down past Oates. And having lost their lead in the first minute of the second half, West Ham regain it within seconds. John Hartson brings his total to 16, 2 on the day. And what a rip-roaring encounter we've got here now.
Unsworth, tremendous ball swept across, beautifully taken by Berkovic. That's brilliant! With a lot of help from the little Israeli. Brilliant goal.
Well, that's as good a go as you're going to see. That was absolutely top quality. Tremendous crossfield ball from Unsworth. Picks out Berkovic. He's still got a lot to do. Completely tricks Roger through his legs. Spots Hartson. Get in. That really is a high quality goal. Great play from West Ham. Good finish again from Hartson. We spoke about his record at home at the start of this game. Yet another goal at Upton Park.
Linnigan coming to meet that on the near post, and it's scrambled up by Shipley. Lazaridis determined to make up for his error on the Palace goal. And here he is again. Tempting cross, Hartson on the far post, and turned in. Berkovic restores West Ham's lead, and the combination of Hartson and Berkovic has paid dividends again.
Great wing play this from Lazaridis. Good ball to the back stick. Hartson up above Ryderson. Berkovic onto it quickly. Doesn't matter whether it's left or right foot. Makes no difference to this guy. He's onto it. West Ham back in front.
Well, I talked about the success of Hartson signing for West Ham. Berkovic has been an equally inspired arrival here at Upton Park. Lazaridis with the corner. His first ever goal for West Ham. 3-1.
take it well. It's a good little flick on this from Pearce. Unsworth on the volley, unstoppable. I'll tell you, that's a great finish, you know, Al. 6 yards out, does well to keep it down. That's the finish of a forward, not a defender.
Berkovic goes forward and finds Abu, and Hartson's there again. Good ball, yes! At last, he's done it. Lomas. His first goal of the season. His first goal for West Ham.
Well, it's no surprise that the fourth one's gone in. They've been the better team. Once again, good approach play. Hartson's involved, just waits, looks up, picks out Lomas. Nobody tracks him. Another well-taken goal. Unsworth on the volley, Lomas on the volley.
It's one of the reasons you're scoring so frequently, the man standing next to you.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he's great on the ball and he looks to put you in at every opportunity, like, you know, and he's been brilliant this season along with everybody else, and I'm really grateful for the chances I'm getting.
Isle, if West Ham could get results away from home, do you think they'd be comfortably in the top half of the table?
Yeah, it's a big question because we play very well at in away games, but we are a little bit unlucky. I told this before, but if we continue to play the same level, we go up in the table, and I think we are doing a good job.
At Pride Park, the Hammers are hampered by a nightmare for Ludo McCloskey, beaten by a header by Paolo Wanchop after just 10 minutes. McCloskey's misery is complete when he gives Dean Sturridge the chance to make it 2-0, the Derby striker taking full advantage. Sadly, long-serving Ludo will take no further part in the Hammers season. Craig Forrest is handed the number 1 spot for the home match with Sheffield Wednesday. Meanwhile, fit again, Paul Kitson makes his long-awaited comeback, and Kitson celebrates his return in style with the only goal of the game after 69 minutes. Skipper Steve Lomas opens up the Wednesday defence with a neat through ball, and Kitson does the rest. An unchanged Hammer side fails again on their travels at Ewood Park, where Stuart Ripley opens Blackburn's account midway through the first half. A stray header by Andy Impey proves costly 5 minutes after the break, when Damien Duff pounces to make it 2-0. Then, after Steve Lomas received a red card, Duff finished off the 10-man Hammers, adding Blackburn's third after 72 minutes. And that made it 8 straight defeats away from home.
Challenged by Lomas, Frank Lampard, Eyal Berkovic. This is Kitson, he's onside, and West Ham United take the lead. Paul Kitson with 17 minutes played. Beautifully played in by Eyal Berkovic, and look how Kitson looked across the line, stayed onside, then steadied himself. It was a very deliberate finish, steered home. No sign of Kitson having gone rusty during that lengthy injury period. It's a searching run on by Lampard and then by Kitson. And here's Lampard and here's Hartson, is it? No, Kimball's there! Would you believe it? It's an own goal by Alan Kimball. West Ham take the lead. Lampard, who had the last West Ham touch, celebrates. He was looking to link up with Hartson here, and Kimball did well to get in front of Hartson, but then what did he do? Slid it into his own net. Forward by Ferdinand. Coming in the defender, and that's not quite what he had in mind, and here's Paul Kitson. Sullivan trying to make it difficult for him. Kitson makes it look so easy. West Ham go 2 up. Bad moment for Kenny Cunningham, the Wimbledon fullback. It was he who celebration songs in full cry. That's caught. Early's in there. This is Solbakken, and the Norwegian has pulled a goal back for Wimbledon. Only 1 minute remaining, but it's now 2-1.
The first away win since the opening day of the season means the Hammers reach the halfway mark in an impressive top 8 position. A great boost that sets up Harry's Heroes for a chance of winning a place in Europe. The new year begins with the Hammers dreaming of cup success, but there's a close shave in store and a third round tie with non-league Emley, despite a flying start by Frank Lampard.
Unceremoniously put out of play by Steve Nicholson. But Paul Kitson seemed to have a clear opening, and now there's an opening for Lampard, and that is a goal. It's taken 3 minutes and 50 seconds for West Ham to find a way through. No one picked up Frank Lampard Jr. and Chris Marples, the goalkeeper, was left completely stranded. Ian Banks to take the kick. Plenty of movement for him as well. David! And it's into the net! Paul David met the ball with a leaping header, and Emley, the minnows from the Unibond League, have equalised at Upton Park. Lazaridis, 3 in the box for West Ham. Hartson! At what quite probably is the 6th time of asking, the flame-haired Welshman finds the back of the Emley net. 10 minutes to go. Pinpoint cross from the Australian, and the Premiership's leading scorer escaped his marker.
3 days later, the cup focus turns to the Coca-Cola quarter-final and the showdown with Arsenal.
Berkovic here looking to slip Kitson through, and did Seaman take him down? He did! Seaman is furious, but the referee had no hesitation. Graham Barber points to the spot. Seaman has saved it!
Would you believe it?
And Winterburn here looks to release Wright. Lovely touch to Bergkamp, and here's Ian Wright, and that's a goal that has quality stamped all over it. A beautiful understanding between Wright and Bergkamp. Ferdinand in trouble, and it's over Mars! And West Ham at 6s and 7s, caught out by the Dutchman. Ferdinand hangs his head, and Arsenal go 2-0 up.
If they can hold on to this, it will be just the sort of tonic that Arsenal needed after their labouring performance at the weekend against Port Vale. Here's a boo, and he's shaken them up with the goal!
The substitute has given West Ham great hope with his first goal since his arrival at the club.
Wow, Bold and Keon getting a muddle here. Roland with a long ball. Bold and Keon look to have squashed it. Abu reads a bounce, and the right foot on the half volley finds the back of the net. West Ham not beaten yet. Long ball, route one. Abu reads it better than Bold. Stretches out the right foot. Seaman comes out to narrow the angle and hits the back of the net.
Ferdinand's up for this one. Hartson's up, but it's headed out a weak corner straight to Appleby. Not over yet. Potts finds Lazaridis. Wide on this side is West Ham captain for the day, Unsworth. Good looking cross, and West Ham are ahead! And it's Frank Lampard again! Early on it was a wonderful cross, and well, Lampard, he seems to make a habit of scoring in the first 5 minutes. West Ham, he said. Lovely ball through to Abu from Hartson. Abu's through there. So Massi Abu scores his second goal in just 6 days for West Ham.
Berkovic. He's found him. Lampard in acres of space, but there's 3 men marking him. Hartson is moving up. Back to Moncur. Abu and Hartson in the area. Abu, lovely flick to Hartson. Abu's in on the left foot, on the right. What a great finish! Samasi Abu scores his 2nd of the afternoon, his 3rd of the season, and receives deserved applause. Moncur's cross came in. Look at this lovely touch by Abu, and it looks like he's going to take it on his left. But what a fabulous flick with the right foot to take the ball past Morgan and Watson. Samasi Abu 2, West Ham 3, Barnsley 0. Second half away from home, it's not impossible, but their record suggests it's not going to happen. Moncur. What will need to happen though for West Ham is to score more. Lampard showed a bit too much of it to Markstead. Moncur coming forward has won it back. Boo, lovely flick to Moncur, who's through. What a great goal, John Moncur. Wonderful combination with Samasi Abu, and West Ham are 4 goals up. Certainly look eager to score some more goals. This is Berkovic. Inside to Abu. Flick to Hartson. Johnny Hartson scores number 5. And what a relieved man he is. Look at this touch from Abu. He has missed a flick. And, well, Hartson turned on that, swiveled on it. West Ham have 5. Johnny Hartson. That's his Premiership goal number 12. Overall, goal number 19. And West Ham go into the black in their goal account. +1. Barnsley made a good start to the game and also at the beginning of the second half, but really those were the only 2 periods in which they looked even remotely in the match. West Ham have ruled from beginning to end. Here's Hartson. Here's Lazaridis. Stan Lazaridis makes it 6. And the skillful Socceroo puts West Ham on the map, and again the provider is Hartson. A lovely flick, and Lazaridis finishes brilliantly. Right into injury time, West Ham goes 6 up.
Abu the hero at Barnsley, but he makes the headlines for all the wrong reasons at White Hart Lane.
Referee says the ball's still in play here. Ginola can do anything from there, looking for Klinsmann, and Jurgen Klinsmann has put Tottenham ahead, his first goal since his return. A tremendous moment for the German and for the whole Spurs crowd, just the boost they needed.
Hammer's hopes of fighting back were shattered when Samasi Abu was sent off after clashing off the ball with Raymond Vega. That controversial incident ended with Abu aggressively protesting his innocence and Harry Redknapp complaining about Vega's play acting. In round 4 of the FA Cup, the Hammers faced a difficult test at Man City. A return to Main Road for skipper Steve Lomas.
Abu. Hartson. That's a clever ball. It's Berkovic. It's 1-0.
Eyal Berkovic with the breakthrough for West Ham United. Superbly set up by John Hartson. It's come inside of 28 minutes.
Oh, this is Premier League football at its best. Great touch from Hartson, great awareness and great, well, calmness more than anything, but he just knew what he wanted to do, Berkovic.
A little bit of space now for Kinkladze. Away from Berkovic, away from Potts.
Great run by Kinkladze. Yes! Oh, he's a magician. Last 15 minutes, still 1-1. Berkovic with a corner. Pearce trying to flag it on, it came off Simons, it's Steve Lomas! And the old boy has put West Ham United back in front. Steve Lomas against his former employers. Within moments of Manchester City wasting a golden chance from the penalty spot, they find themselves behind to a goal from a player they discovered.
Well, he's never properly cleared, but he does the first thing you have to do, keeps it low. Absolutely no chance for a writing goal because it's come through a ruck of players. And if anyone deserved a goal for West Ham from the midfield area, it had to be Lomas. He's been outstanding so far.
I would think that's pretty much the way that Steve Lomas dreamt it last night. Back on familiar territory with a goal which could take West Ham United into the fifth round.
The Hammers celebrate victory by completing the long-awaited signing of Trevor Sinclair for £3.5 million from Queen's Park Rangers.
West Ham's second corner of the match. Just over 10 minutes gone. Still no score. Oh, there is now! Sinclair! The debut man just signed from Queen's Park Rangers. And it took him just under the 10 minutes, in fact, to open his account as a West Ham player. You'd have to say that Everton's defending on the corner wasn't that impressive. West Ham manager Harry Redknapp has made some fairly successful signings in the last few seasons, and maybe Trevor Sinclair's about to become another one of them. This is Grant. Aimed at Ferguson, who won it. Barmby! Everton are back on level terms. Rio Ferdinand. West Ham trying to re-establish superiority. Hartson. Lazaridis. Berkovic. Well, Sinclair's done well. Berkovic! Sinclair! Well, it's a dream debut for Trevor Sinclair. But you have to say that his work rate has contributed much to West Ham's performance. Stretched and battled to keep possession for his side. And then Berkovic giving way to Sinclair to let him score the second. West Ham are back in front. Hurry to take the throw. This is Gareth Farrelly. Madar's there. Madar, yes! Everton are back on level terms. It's 2-2.
I've been out of the Premier League for quite a while now, and you start thinking to yourself, are you good enough and that? But today, 10 minutes gone, one goal, settles all my nerves, and I could just enjoy it a bit more.
Paul Kitson again returns from injury for the trip to his former club Newcastle, where the Hammers produced one of their best away wins of the season.
Kitson did well there to get his body in front of Peacock. Lomas. This is Stan Lazaridis.
Oh, it's a brilliant effort from Lazaridis! Something out of nothing! The West Ham United fans as stunned as anybody inside St James's Park. It's only Stan Lazaridis' second goal of the season, and I wonder if he's ever struck a shot better than this. What is it? 30 plus yards, and Sheikh Given had no chance at all. The Newcastle goalkeeper left groping at thin air by Stan Lazaridis.
The Hammers are in high spirits before their FA Cup fifth round tie with Blackburn, a roller coaster contest destined to be continued.
Here's Chris Sutton chasing Pearce and beating Pearce, and Sutton goes again. Gallagher in the centre, and there's Gallagher, and Blackburn are in front. What a start! Free kick driven upfield by Pearce. Flitcroft didn't get hold of that, and Lazaridis did, and there's Hartson, and it's Kitson for West Ham. Kitson has scored! Oh, The placement really beat Tim Flowers from Paul Kitson, and West Ham have equalised. Lazaridis here, seizing on the ball, gets in his cross. Hartson got half a touch perhaps, Hendry certainly didn't, and Kitson steers it through Hendry's legs, wide of Flowers and in off the post. Precision finishing here by Paul Kitson. No, I don't think Hartson touched it either, but look here how Kitson squeezes that in the gap, and it's 1-1. Lampard working well for West Ham. Berkovic this time turns away from Sherwood. This is Stan Lazaridis. Oh, and in the middle of the pitch, yes, there's an elbow in the face, and he's in trouble here. It's a red card. It's a red card. There's Lampard trying to latch onto that. Lomas away from Sherwood. Oh, straight to Lampard. Oh, good shot, good save. Oh, the follow-up surely. And John Hartson. Oh, it's a goal. Hartson struck it. I'm not sure whether Berkovic, standing by the post, tried to get a foot on that as it went in, but it's a goal to West Ham. They're 2-1 up. The first shot there is dealt with by Flowers. He can't hold it. Berkovic goes in. John Hartson hits it, and Berkovic is standing. They're appealing for offside here because the goalkeeper's out the equation. But there were two defenders there. I'm not sure that he was offside, but as John Hartson hits the shot, watch Berkovic on the line. Hartson hits it, and I think Berkovic puts that in. Wilcox. Oh, nice touch back by Duff. Wilcox cross, and here's Chris Sutton, and that's the equaliser. It's 2-2.
The Hammers warm up for the replay at Ewood Park, with another trip to the northwest to face Bolton.
Lazaridis has fed Berkovic. Trevor Sinclair calling for the ball, and Berkovic has answered his call, and this is Sinclair, and that's 1-0. Midway through the second half, Trevor Sinclair's third goal for West Ham United. Set up by Berkovic. Well, he was demanding the ball almost, but Berkovic picked the moment. Sinclair, wrong-footed Fairclough, and tucked the ball away very coolly. Now he's wrong-footed Pearce here, and Blake is there! And with 4 minutes remaining, Nathan Blake has equalised for Bolton Wanderers.
To West Ham, who again have been under most of the pressure so far in extra time. They've had a chance to push on. There's a definite climb there by Sutton. Abu looking to turn, knocks it into the middle. Hartson is there. This is a real chance, and it's John Hartson. It's West Ham who grabbed the initiative, and Hartson is the man. His 20th goal of the season. He'd gone 6 games without finding the net, but after all those chances for Blackburn Rovers, West Ham it is who've cashed in. Abu played a crucial role. Good control, got a deflection across. Hartson, that was a good first touch. The second one was crucial. Abu's ball in. Hartson got away from Hendry, and he got it past Fettis, and West Ham, after all the pressure they've been under, have come up with a goal. Turn your back. Sherwood trying to redeem himself in another positive run. Impey couldn't stop the ball running to Damien Duff. Blackburn still going for it. Flitcroft. Plenty forward here for Blackburn. Duff, the man who's got to get it into the middle. They've got it. They've got the equaliser, and it's Stuart Ripley. Here goes Chris Sutton then, the first penalty. Blasted home. 1-0 to Blackburn. Alan Fettis was called up at short notice and now faces his first penalty from David Unsworth. And he goes the wrong way, and Unsworth slides the ball into the far corner. 1-1. Forest's turn again. Blackburn are leading with their big guns. It's top scorer Kevin Gallagher to go next. No problem at all. Gallagher puts that one away emphatically. John Hartson already found the net once. Curtis is back in the firing line. Here goes Hartson then. And again, the finishing is spot on. Wilcox came off the bench as a substitute. Will Forrest be the first one to make the save? Now Jason Wilcox. And again, there's absolutely no hesitation. Lampard, the man whose father is on the bench, with 2 Cup Winners' medals at home. Betis up and down. Here goes Lampard, and he's put it away as well. Well done, son, says Frank Lampard Senior. Maybe he's starting to be afraid to look. Here goes Kenner now, and that's in the bottom corner. It's down to the old boy now. Ian Pearce, the former Blackburn player, carries Redknapp's hopes. Here goes Pearce, and again, spot on. He will be a relieved man. He did not want to come back to Blackburn and be the one to miss. Hendry was one of the men who thought he might have got the breakthrough earlier on. Now he has to keep up the standard. This is real pressure. Hendry, so often the club hero, with penalty number 5. And Forrest has saved it. Well, Hodgson smiles, but not inside, I'm sure. Forrest, it wasn't the toughest save of his career, but Hendry, the man who leads by example so often, has given West Ham the chance with his legs. Hendry, no words necessary. It's down to the West Ham skipper. Steve Lomas, the skipper, has this for the quarter-finals. And he makes no mistake, and it's West Ham who go through, and Steve Lomas kept his cool under test. 5 out of 5, and West Ham are off and running all right. He can lead the celebrations. It's the Hammers who've come up with the penalty kicks that really mattered, but this one went all the way to the wire.
An FA Cup quarter-final at Highbury is a prize, but first the Hammers face Arsenal in the Premiership. Injury to Craig Forrest means Frenchman Bernard Lamar makes his debut in the first encounter at Upton Park.
Long for Hartson to chase. Good defending by Keogh. Yeah.
Well, the home crowd are getting a little bit restless, but you have to give credit to Arsenal. They're pressing the ball very, very quickly, not allowing West Ham time to settle on the ball.
Brilliant pass then from Lomas, swept out to Impey. The 5 men in the box here. And Berkovic shot the shot. What a brilliant effort and a fine save by Manning.
Yes, it was good play from Impey, but I think Oxon shows him too much inside. He invites him to come on the inside. He takes up the offer. Good little ball to Berkovic. This is a great save from Meninga.
Pearce and Ferdinand forward. Ferdinand let it run. Pearce hit it, and West Ham lead. It's Ian Pearce. His first goal for West Ham United, the team he supported as a boy. It's come after 12 minutes, and Arsenal will be furious. That corner just bobbled through, past Ferdinand, and Pearce had a free hit at it.
Yeah, your first thing is that they're trying to play the Teddy Sheringham corner to the 6-yard box. Ferdinand dummies it, and in many ways you think Pearce has hit it by surprise, but it must be pointed out, he's hit it fairly central in the goal. Good strike, but it wasn't a full-blooded one.
Pearce has lost it to Keown, down it goes, penalty. And Ian Pearce, who scored the West Ham goal, has now conceded a penalty to Arsenal, and it's Martin Keown, of all people, who's won it.
I think he's dreadfully unlucky here, Pearce. He's just turning around, he doesn't realise Keown's even coming in. Penalty, no question about that, but I think he's very unlucky, Pearce, there.
It will be Dennis Bergkamp for Arsenal. 1-1.
Before the replay with Arsenal, the Hammers face a couple of tough Premiership encounters, starting with Man United. But there's no holding back for Harry's heroes.
Lampard is weighing on the edge of the area. Imp has gone right side. Samasi Abu's on the far post. Pearce has come up too. This one will come in from Lazaridis. Berkovic, is he onside? Sinclair! Trevor Sinclair! And as the Manchester United defence waited in vain for the flag, Sinclair scores his fourth for West Ham, and they're ahead on 6 minutes. Well, this is the man West Ham were missing on Sunday. And as the ball came in there, well, was he offside? Difficult to tell. Lomas, wonderful ball. Tries a shot, does Lampard, hits the post. Might come through for Lazaridis. Oh! Well, Frank Lampard, a shot completely out of nothing as he broke through the midfield, saw the opportunity, looked up, hit it right foot. All credit to Schmeichel, it was a terrific save. Lampard. Beautiful touch from Sinclair, just a bit too much on it in the end. In the game! 65 minutes gone! Abu has come up. Berkovic calling for it on the edge of the area. Lomas is up. Pearce is up at the far post. Corner comes in. Up goes Lomas! And somehow Samasi Abu put the ball over from about 1 yard. He can't believe it. And there it was, the most open of goals you will ever see. Di Matteo indicating what he's about to do. This comes in. It comes in and Chelsea ahead! Charvet! By Newton. Bishop is deep. Finds Potts. Potts. Good run from Steve Potts. And now Sinclair is onside! That's the way to finish. Trevor Sinclair. A fabulous through ball provided by Steve Potts, the substitute. And Trevor Sinclair scores his second goal in a week. And his fifth goal for West Ham. Just a corner. Lampard's corner, dropped by Karine. Bishop onto his left foot, all along the ground. It'll come to Pearce. Unsworth has scored for West Ham. A moment of madness in the Chelsea defence. It was Lampard's corner. Karine flapped at it. Bishop, it looked like he'd wasted the opportunity. Hit the ball all along the ground. Morris could only steer it right into the path of Unsworth, who put it home right in the corner. David Unsworth.
On acrobatically off. Well, Bergkamp was impeded initially, but he lashed out with an arm and he's sent off. Vieira. Anelka. Oh, great goal! The team with 10 men have taken the lead. Comes Melinga. Hodges. Boo. Hartson, and the goalkeeper has kept it out.
John Hartson trying to make something happen for West Ham here. Their time of need has gone. He scored against his old club, but more importantly for West Ham, he's kept them in the FA Cup, and against 10 men now, having drawn level, they will really fancy themselves to go on and get into the semi-final.
Never have Upton Park fans been more frustrated. The truth was, with Arsenal's name on the cup, the Hammers meanwhile were left with a chase for a place in Europe. And the odds looked good when rivals Leeds United were taken apart.
Surrounded by people, Ferdinand also on the near post area. And it's a goal! John Hartson back on the goal trail for West Ham.
Well, they don't come much easier than that for John Hartson. We spoke before the game about him being the danger man. It's a near post flick on. Nice service from Berkovic. I don't think it was a West Ham player who got the flick on. I think it was a Leeds player.
Interesting cross for the man under pressure. And a little more in the end from Jimmy Hasselbank.
Keeping this from Lamar, didn't take his eye off it. He knew he was going to be challenged from Hasselbank.
And Nigel Martin in a mess. Abu has to score. What a disaster for Leeds.
Great flick on again from Hartson. Hart waits for it. Martin all in a place. Easy tapping for Abu. Well, Hartson's chance was easy enough, Alan. That's even easier.
Berkovic for West Ham. Trying to play Pearce in. And he's done so. He's got to score this time, hasn't he? He has. It's 3. They're blowing bubbles again at Upton Park.
Great ball from Berkovic. Once again, poor defending from Hart. But credit to Pearce. It's the second time he's gone round Nigel Martin. The first time he didn't put enough on it. This time he certainly makes sure. But really, Ian Hart should have cleared up there. He wasn't quite aware of Pearce on his inside. Should have been aware. And really for Leeds now, I don't think there's any coming back from this.
Victory over Leeds lifted the Hammers into the top 7, but European hopes took 3 steps backwards starting at Villa Park. After Ian Pearce had hit the bar, Villa cashed in when Julian Joachim finally broke the deadlock. There was no way back when Savo Milosevic added Villa's second. The Hammers' position wasn't helped by a goalless draw against Euro rivals Derby County. Frustration got the better of John Hartson when he lashed out in a moment of madness at Igor Stimac. Hartson received a red card and with it a 4-match ban that would rule the Hammers' 22-goal top scorer out of the season's final run-in.
Unsworth looking for Hartson. Nielsen, the defender, has stumbled. Hartson, Berkovic arriving. It's in. It's Berkovic. Well, he arrived late on the scene. John Hartson found him. Now, did he catch this as he wished? It was just a little stab with the outside of the foot, and it's 1-0. Back into the path of Hinchcliffe. Here's Rudy. Good challenge by Ferdinand. Magilton, though. Jim Magilton's first goal for Sheffield Wednesday.
Next up is a crucial showdown with Blackburn. Victory here means the Hammers will leapfrog Rovers into the top 6.
Berkovic in acres of space here. Homing in on goal, hits it across Hartson. 6 minutes gone. John Hartson hits goal number 23 in his last game of the season. A wonderful piece of skill. The ball put Berkovic through. Unselfishly, he ran to the byline, hit it across just in front of the 6-yard box, and Hartson drubbed it home for goal number 23.
Look for Lazaridis, finds him. It's a good cross from Lazaridis, goes to Hartson! How did he get on the end of that? Johnny Hartson could be looking at the hat-trick that will give him 25 of the season. He's already got 24.
Pierce has got to be on his guard. Ball watching there. Could be an opportunity here. It's straight in the back of the net by Jason Wilcox.
The goal on half-time changed the game. You know, we were in real control of the game. For 44 minutes we were superb, played some great football, created lots of chances, and then we gave a silly goal away and it changed. Yeah, you know, suddenly you get edgy and the players get a bit edgy second half, the fans get edgy, especially those sitting behind me.
Were you disappointed with that goal? I mean, because it seemed to come out of nothing, really.
Yeah, it was a poor goal. I mean, you know, Bernard was superb. He's been in great form for us, but it was a poor kick out and it caused a problem. And suddenly they came in 2-1 down when they should have been 4-0 down. And it gave them something to cling on to. They came and thought, well, hang on, we've got a chance here suddenly. They looked like they felt they had no chance at 2-0 because they were being absolutely mullered. And there was only one team in it, you know, but say that gave them a lift.
Just when it looked like the Hammers were heading for European qualification, it all went wrong in a frustrating 10-day spell.
A straightforward one in the post, and it must be! Letitia, he did all the work. He was completely unmarked. Lama looking in absolute disbelief. Certainly going to show West Ham and show what their fans can do, getting behind the side. Lomas put Sinclair through. And as the keeper kept it out, he hasn't! Jones made a brilliant effort, but Sinclair had got enough on the end of it. West Ham are back in 2 minutes. Sinclair's 6th goal of the season. Well, it was a brilliant ball. And Sinclair kept his head. A lot of experience, he's gone wide. Lazaridis hits him across, looking for Austin Stad. A brilliant goal by Southampton. Austin Stad. Well, before today he had 6 in 9, now he has 7 in 10. Impey comes away well too. Berkovic showed too much of it. Southampton in position here. Could be a free shot on for Palmer. And the mistake from Impey, which Palmer punishes. It would be West Ham's only 2nd Premiership home defeat. The other was against Newcastle earlier in the season. Arriving late is Pearce. It's in there! And it's Lomas! And now West Ham, can they fight back? 82 minutes. It was a good corner. Pearce headed back. Lomas headed in. Palmer. He's had a good game too. Basham. He's Austin Stad. Could be trouble for West Ham. What a goal! What a magnificent finish!
home defeat was followed by the Hammers' biggest loss of the season, a trouncing at Anfield that began with Michael Owen's opening goal inside 4 minutes. Owen was again involved in the build-up to goal number 2, midway through the first half. When the Hammers failed to clear, Jason McAteer finally made it count. And McAteer completed his double 4 minutes later. Owen could have had a penalty, but the ref waved play on, and the Liverpool number 4 made it 3-0. Nervous defending at the end of the first half was punished when Leonardson popped up to get his name on the score sheet. And the Hammers' suffering was complete on the hour when former Upton Park hero Paul Ince added his final strike. The Hammers well beaten.
Too clever. Lampard to Berkovic. And here's Frank Lampard with a real chance for West Ham. And he's taken it. 4 minutes gone. It's Frank Lampard put clear by Berkovic. Sasa Churchic is the man chasing back with him. And I just wondered for a moment whether the Palace man might have got the last touch. He did. I don't think that's Frank's goal. Lombardo. Backing off him a little bit. Still bent. Oh, that's a lovely chip. And Lama couldn't get to it. And Crystal Palace equalise with a glorious goal from Marcus Bent. Lombardo's corner. Way by Lampard. Hit by Roger. And Crystal Palace have taken the lead. Gordon looking for Lombardo now. Yes! It's 3-1. Lazaridis. Here goes Kitson. Just a little too long for him. West Ham desperate to rescue something from the game to keep their European hopes alive here. Lombardo given straight to Sinclair. And Trevor Sinclair has got men either side here. A lot of Palace men between him and the goal. Omiyimni taking over. Yes! Mani Omiyimni, less than 10 minutes after coming on, has revived West Ham United's interest in the game. The defenders must have been dizzy after trying to see off Sinclair. But the young substitute took a rather more direct route to goal and just found the corner of Miller's net. MP. Lampard. Lomas has got on here and has got on the wrong side of Gordon. And here's Omiyimni again. He scored again! A little over a minute remaining. And the substitute, Mani Omiyimni, has surely rescued a point here for 10-man West Ham United.
And so it was all down to the season's final home match. Not only victory, but the right results at Villa and Blackburn were needed for the Hammers to claim a place in Europe.
Ahead of him, one of whom is Abu. Still Abu. Now Berkovic again. Leicester players scurrying to try and get back and make the challenge. Lampard shots! Well, Casey Keller has ended up tangled up in the net. But Frank Lampard, who hasn't scored for the best part of 4 months, has ended that fallow period in fairly spectacular fashion. Abu and Berkovic played their part, and then Lampard, with minimal backlift, simply let fly. Walsh's free kick towards Elliott. Is it? Now Lazaridis for West Ham. Trying to utilise the pace of Abu. Goalkeeper thought about coming, then retreated. It's still Sebastian Abu! Fantastic goal! That is a real hammer blow. He took it supremely well.
deceptive to start with and ultimately just plain powerful.
Marshall nearly lost it to Sinclair. As it is, it's Savage who struck it long, on by Heskey.
And here goes Tony Cottee, and Cottee scored against his old club. 146 goals for West Ham, and now one against.
Abu.
Looking for Sinclair, Keller has come out, Marshall got a foot on it and then got a head to it. Now can he keep it out a third time? He can. There may be 22 players on the pitch, but only 2 mattered there. First interception, second touch, and then the third most meaningful moment from Ian Marshall to deny Trevor Sinclair. Here's the corner, off the line by Parker this time. Follow up from Abu, and then from Sinclair, and this time it is in. Trevor Sinclair with his 7th goal in only 14 games. And could it be that his signing in January has provided the impetus for a push into a European place? Abu with the header and the overhead by Sinclair. There may even been a touch off Robbie Savage, but what is certain is that the ball has beaten Casey Keller. Sinclair will claim it, and West Ham do lead 3-1. Heskey through the tackle, and Heskey has pulled it back to 3-2.
Stan Lazaridis. Abu's by the penalty spot.
This is Lazaridis after a 1-2 with Lampard, and Abu! 4-2. And Abu likes nothing better than Abu, because generally it means he scored. The West Ham fans love to boo him. They haven't had that many opportunities, but that one may well settle this topsy-turvy game. Crisply struck.
Elliott. Heskey. And here's Cottee. Can he turn? He can, and he can score.
Yes, it all went down to the last game, and it was out of our hands today. All we could do was try to win and hope that Villa didn't get a win against Arsenal. And it was a fantastic game. I think the fans loved every minute of it. It was real open stuff, end-to-end stuff. We had loads and loads of chances, stuck 4 good goals in, conceded 3 again. But unfortunately for us, Villa, fortunate for them, they got the result they needed against Arsenal, and we just missed out by the odd point. But we've had a good season. To finish 8th is massive improvement.
And it's, your best league finish for Donkey's years, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's the best team for Donkey's years. We've got a good group of players here now, and even today with quite a few injuries and missing key players, the lads who have come in and the kids, they've done tremendous, and they've been a real credit this year, I think.
So the Hammers miss out on a place in Europe. Nonetheless, it was a thrilling conclusion to a super season. A top 8 position in the Premiership is West Ham's best league finish for 12 seasons. Add to that quarter-finals in both the Coca-Cola and the FA Cup competitions, and there's every reason to celebrate a season of great progress for the Hammers.